Alright, so we are back with Quan Sektor, and so soon, which is not typical for me. But today I just wanted to show off some more combos and some more strats with them after playing buffed Sektor a little bit more. So we're just going to get right into it. Also, I do have another Kombat League match at the end of this video. Much better than my last video because I actually hit like some cool OTG combos, some cool setups and all that. So I am de-rusted officially, so I can actually play to my fullest. But here is some new stuff. Well, not new stuff, it's just stuff I forgot to add in the last video. So your 1-2 string, I talked about simultaneous input. 1-2, you call out Sektor when you press 1, just like this. I feel like I forgot to talk about that in my last video, and I forgot to show the really good combo. But you can do that into overhead, and as long as they don't use like a fast forward moving special to get out of the way of the rocket, you're good. You are safe if you do this. If they have to respect it, then they have to respect it. If they try to take their turn back, then they get hit by the rocket. You'll actually see that in the Kombat League match at the end of this video. But this is actually a very good setup for a couple of reasons. One, you could do just full 1-2-2, right? You're 0 on block, and you can make something happen. And there's good pushback on full 1-2-2. You can also do 1-2 into skull. Again, it's punishable, and it can act like a bait to some extent, where if someone does like a jab string, the most they'll get is just the first hit, and then they'll get hit by the rocket, and then you can actually flip that combo back over on them and get a full combo yourself. But if it's like Havoc, let's say he does back forward 2, he does a roll, which pushes you like all the way here, then don't do that. Very bad idea. If it's a Raiden, he's going to do electric fly, and he's going to push you across the screen. In those scenarios, it's really bad. But if they are respecting it, they're trying to punish with jabs, I say go for it. It's no harm, no foul, right? And the timing for that is actually really good because you can go ahead and confirm if you got your jab right. You can go ahead and confirm into homing rockets, and if you do homing rockets, you're thinking, oh, you could do the Sky Drop OTG, right? You can, and you'll get 370, which is okay, but you can get more damage, actually. The optimal combo from your jab is doing down back 1 overhead. You'll get 10% more, 381, and you put them full screen, which is really nice. So 385, I mean. And of course, you can convert that into a fatal blow combo if you're at low enough health, and you'll get some nice damage there. I think around 50%, which is not bad, or not 50, I think it's like 45. Here, I'll play the mini game too. We'll really maximize this damage. I think maybe slightly above 50, like 51. Oh, 508, so close to 51. So not bad by any means, but if that's a little too difficult for you, which is fine, you know, the tip I have for getting homing rockets is that you just do 1-2. Make sure you go, okay, did I hit my opponent? No, I'm not going to do homing rockets. I'm just going to let the rocket fly on its own. Or I did hit my opponent. Click your cameo button again so it turns it into homing rockets, and then do the special that you want. But if that's a little too hard, that's okay. You can just do 1 rocket and do a bone cage instead, and that combos. So you can do that into bone cage, convert that into a 2-1-4, and then go into this combo instead. Much less damage, you know, 374. But hey, it's still good. If you think you can't get the homing rocket like confirms down, it's completely fine. It's still very good damage for Quan because this guy's typically doing, you know, he's only doing like 27% by himself. Another thing I want to say, another tip I have is that when it comes to Sky Drop OTGs, the thing about Sky Drop OTGs that I forgot to mention in the last video is that they only work on grounded opponents. So if you like did a Sky Drop from back 3-4, this doesn't actually like OTG properly because they're counted as airborne, as you see there. So you want to make sure you do it against someone who's grounded like this, because then it'll restand them and you can go into the combo. So the only combos that it doesn't work against or work from is like your 1-3 combos. If you were to do like something like this, that would bounce them into the air. I messed up the timing there. And back 3-4, as I showed just now, which, yeah, that is, those are the only times it doesn't work. Otherwise, you know, any string, you can go ahead and OTG people. Another thing that's actually pretty decent with Sektor and Quan, I think I mentioned it briefly in my last video, which was the overhead. Your overhead is now safe. It's still a slow, reactable overhead, 27 frames, right? But, you know, doing this is actually a huge help. Do it a lot because you can actually overhead low people and make them respect the overhead to the point where some people will stand block. And you can play some mind games by canceling your second hit of Flamethrower and do a little bit of strike throw. Even though you're -3 there, some people are just going to hold block and expect that second hit. They're going to up block. And if they do up block, you get even more damage. So those are just a few tips. And now I'm going to show some combos, and I'm going to show my Kombat League match so you guys can see some of these things in action. Alright, so here we are with the Kombat League matches. I have 2 of them today because thankfully this guy chose to rematch me. So props to him. Cool team, by the way, Reiko Jax. But let's just get right into this so you can see some of the things in action. 1-2-2 into a bone cage. Did not need to enhance that Sky Drop there. He was actually too far away to continue the combo with a back 3-4-2. So instead of doing back 3-4-2, if they're too far away or you think they're too far away, do a stand 4 bone cage. That works just fine. Or you could do a stand 4 Sky Drop. Either way, you're getting damage and you're getting more than you would if you went for a back 3-4-2. Not watching his toes. Just a normal optimal, going for another bone cage. Full screen Sky Drop, because why not? 1-3. Mess up the jump combo. And now I start getting destroyed here for a little bit from the strike throw game that Reiko has. And I did not punish that in time because I'm a moron. And he messes up meaty, so I just hit him with a down 2. And I am in the corner. Bad positioning for Quan. Anti-air that. Actually get the combo. The optimal anti-air combo. Going for armor setup into a Sky Drop. That's just me not pressing block. Okay, you can full combo punish that string. I just didn't for some reason. So that right there, if you want to mix people up, you can, and you can mix people safely. If they block the low tentacle, the rocket will make you safe on block, which is really good. But if they don't block it, then you kind of actually put yourself in a bad position where you're on the ground and they're going to recover faster than you. So it's a bit of a 50-50, but sometimes that rocket can kill your opponent as opposed to, you know, the tentacle. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. In this scenario, not a good choice by me. Should not have went for it. Should have just done full 2-1-4-4. Down 4. Another armor portal. Completely forgot you could special cancel that string at the end. Overheads, lows. Count 4. Forward 2 is a little too slow. 15 frame mid, I believe. Yeah.
Final take. Action.
Stand 4 actually got the OTG here. I was pretty happy with this. Big damage too. For armor portal. He did a jump so I could sky drop him. Quan is very good with the anti-zone, by the way. He is a very weird character in that he's both a zoner and he's a really good anti-zoner, and he's an anti-zoner. So like against characters like Omni-Man, who are typically, they just negate zoning, Quan Chi just negates their anti-zone, which is really unique to him and very weird. 2 and 4-4. Armor on wake up. Should be respecting that a bit more. I don't know why I'm stand blocking there. I wanted to go for the OTG, but I screwed up the timing on wake up. And here I'm just making that safe so I can just get the kill. I chose not to go for a combo. But that was the first match. Definitely some things are questionable on my end. I make some really weird decisions in terms of like armoring at weird times. But you did get to see that cool 42% OTG combo, so I was pretty happy with that. And now we're going to move on to the next match. Alright, so here we are with the second match of the set. Definitely goes a lot more smoother for me here. I'm pretty sure he's not super familiar with the Quan Chi matchup, and that's okay because a lot of people aren't. Quan Chi is still getting by purely because people don't know the matchup. There it is right there. He tried to take his turn and he got hit by the rocket, and I converted that into a full combo. Bone Cage actually stuffs enhanced ninja stars. Trying to do armor portals. He messed up his meaty, so I didn't need the armor there. Trying to take his turn again. Some buttons, and the rocket stuffs it. Another Bone Cage to prevent any sort of zoning. I could have done a stand 4 for a little more damage after that, down back 1. And then just a Sky Drop to get over his zoning.
Take 2. Action.
Screwed up stand 4. Nice jumping. Doing some down ones. Just playing at around mid-range because that's where Quan Chi really excels. Tried to use the new portal kick just in case if he ducked. Didn't. I got punished for it. Just trying to space him out with forward 2. I really like using forward 2 if you couldn't tell. Even though a lot of people don't like it. I really should be punishing all those whiffed buttons. I'm just an idiot. He does a jump, so I do a Sky Drop. Gonna mix him up a bit with some overhead low. Just the typical optimal combo. Gonna go for some armor setups. I could have went into a 1-3, but I knew 1-2-2 would hit either way. 2-1-4-4. And then back 3-4. There I am just trying to go for the brutality. I do get it, but you know, I could have ended it way quicker if I just did back 3-4, back forward 4. So again, still not super smooth, but yeah, better than the last video's Kombat League match where I was just fumbling everything. At least here, things were a bit more deliberate, no matter, you know, how dumb the decisions were. Just sometimes doing weird things like Sky Drop full screen, sometimes people don't react to that stuff. And with Sektor, you are allowed to do that. You can do homing missiles and you'll be plus afterward, take another turn. Just one missile will make you safe so that if they try to punish with a jab, you can turn that combo on them and get a combo yourself. So there's just a lot of good with this team, and that's it for this video. I hope you learned a little bit more about Quan Chi Sektor, and I'll see you guys in the next one.